On a shade green, the only gun I need is the ace of spades. The ace of spades.
All right, what is up, everybody? We're here for another edition of the Offside Show. We're probably going to have a little bit of a shorter show today because, as you can see, we do not have Seth today, and we do not have Jim either. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. Pistons Talk, how's it going?
Good. How's it going with you, man?
It's going. So yeah. Oh, that's funny. A big baby Zubas. So welcome to the chat. Thank you for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. And I have the sudden urge to get into a bar fight. Yeah, that's. I guess that's what Motorhead will do for you. But yeah, let's jump into this. So first topic we're going to talk about is the NHL is exploring all possible things when it comes to this upcoming season, including temporary hubs or even temporary realignment. What are your thoughts on this? Pistons Talk, let's start off with you.
I don't really know how they're going to go about it. Did they say they were going to do a bubble or no?
Not exactly. Hold on. Let me find the exact spot. Here, this is what it says in the article. You'll play for 10 to 12 days, Commissioner Bettman said in a virtual panel discussion during the 2020 Paley International Council Summit. You'll play a bunch of games without traveling. You'll go back, go home for a week, be with your family. We'll have our testing protocols and all the other things you need.
Oh, okay. So kind of like what Major League Baseball basically does. You kind of stay in a location for a few days, play a couple games, and then you go back home for a couple days.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that could work. I think a bubble would actually cost them too much money. And, I think them releasing all the retro jerseys would be, I think it's a good thing for income because they need all the income they can get right now. But
oh, yeah.
I think the realignment could work. They just have to be really careful with all the COVID cases going on right now.
Yeah, no, I think they have. I mean, it's not going to be a permanent realignment in all likelihood, like just for this particular instance. So how many, what we got? I want to say we have 6 Canadian teams off the top of my head. Is that correct? Or is there 7?
I don't know off the top of my head, but
I don't know. But basically they would want to realign they have the Canadian teams probably all in one division because of the border crossing and stuff like that. I mean, it's what you got to do. What you got to do if you're the NHL, I guess. This isn't the most ideal situation, but yeah. Oh yeah, no. And Big Baby Zuos brings up a good point that they would have to realign the divisions based on how close they are to other teams. The players might have it tough. A 6-month bubble life, just about. Yeah, kind of. No, and that's what they even mentioned in the article is that like they would condense the divisions as much as they humanly can and whatnot. But
to limit travel, probably.
Yeah, exactly. To limit travel.
I don't know if that'll work, honestly.
Ooh, why not?
Well, hockey's a contact sport, So you're gonna beat each other's spaces, and just because the players get all tested and stuff like that, what's going to stop them from going out?
Yeah, dude, we need to have something. I mean, we already saw what happened in the MLB. Didn't we have we had near breakouts on multiple occasions. Hell, we did have breakouts within teams on multiple occasions. Was it just the Marlins, or what? Does there?
I think the Marlins, and there's another thing. The Marlins was the biggest one because they went out to the casino and 14 of them got it, which was a quarter of their roster. That's what I'm saying. Like, our players are just going to go in their hotel or wherever they're staying at after the game. Like, I honestly don't trust it. I think someone on the team would probably go out and, one person gets it, it's pretty much screwed for everyone else,
Well, not necessarily. They could, the MLB kind of made it they salvaged every little near disaster that they had. So, I mean, it's not, you're right. The players need to have a little bit of discipline here. Do what you got to do. Don't do anything too unnecessary. Just stay at home, spend time with your family, play a video game, watch some film. I don't know, just find something. Yeah, I do hear what you're saying about there needs to be the players need to have a little bit of discipline. That's the biggest tricky part for sure. Is there anything else you want to add on this topic?
No, I mean, I hope hockey does come back. I'm still doubtful about January 1st, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so yeah, babies, big babies, stay home. Agreed. Just stay home and find something to do. You're all millionaires, I assume. So find something to do at home. Get something to do at home. All right. This next question is Zadina and Seider are tearing it up in their respective leagues. How does this make you feel? Yeah, how does it make you feel, Pistons talk, to see that Zadina and Seider are tearing it up in their leagues that they belong to?
I don't know if you follow Filip Zadina on Twitter, but man, he is a must follow. He's literally posting his stats on his Twitter account. Like, how is this man not verified? But it's good to see him just tear it up in the Czech league. And not really surprised Mo Seider. I think he just had a goal again today over in the SHL. I'm just happy to see that the prospects are just tearing it up in the leagues that they're in. I don't know about you, but cannot wait to see both of them on the Detroit Red Wings roster full time.
For sure. Shout out to Detroit Drew. What's up, Detroit Drew? Go if you're into basketball. Make sure. I believe Drew. Let me know in the chat if the show's on your channel tonight. I want to say it is.
It is.
But, oh yeah. So show basketball. If you're into Pistons talk, make sure you go check out Detroit Drew at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time. But honestly, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have a disappointing answer. I'm not. I don't want to look too much into this stuff. Like, I'd rather hear that they're doing good than that they're doing bad. That's for sure. So let's be clear right there. But is it an indication of things to come? I don't know. We just have to we have to see what happens. Like, I don't like to take how they're doing elsewhere overly literal. Like I said, I'd much rather hear that they're doing good than that they're doing bad. But I honestly don't view it as that big of a deal. But I was going to say one other thing, but oh no, I mean, I guess it's good. I think it is like Seider's playing in the Swedish league, so that's good. No, like he's doing I feel like I read that the disparity between the Swedish league that Seider's in and the NHL isn't like the biggest disparity. Like, there's obviously a disparity, but like it's as close to the NHL as you would like it to be.
Yeah,
so that's good.
Yeah, the SHL is probably one of the top tier leagues over in Europe, and a lot of prospects on the Detroit Red Wings play in the SHL.
Okay, well, I mean, no, that would be. No, like I said, I'd rather hear that they're doing good than that they're doing bad. But I don't want to take it overly literal.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's hard to get excited when it's not like actually NHL time. It's over in Europe, but it's good to see they're doing good.
No, I agree. Like I said, I'll say it one last time. I sound like a broken record at this point, probably, but I'd rather hear that they're doing good than that they're not. So, is there anything else you want to add, Pistons talk, or?
No. I think I'm good on this topic.
All right, so let's move on to this one. Detroit Jock City says Troy Stecher is the player Red Wings fans should be the most excited about. Do you agree with this, or do you disagree with this? Like, this is
I would agree.
Oh, wow. Oh, explain.
So Troy Stecher was probably the Canucks' best right-handed defenseman. And the Canucks were kind of in a cap situation. I think they still are, cap space-wise, and they had to let him go. So the fact that Steve Yzerman got him at such an affordable price, I think a lot of fans are going to be surprised how good Troy Stecher is. He could probably be a top 2 D pairing on this team right now. I think you're going to be really surprised, PD, of how good he actually is.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, no, I'm going to paraphrase some of what the article said. I don't know if I can find the exact line where things were said, but Stetcher will provide the most offense. Oh yeah, it said like things like Stetcher will provide the most offensive new signings on the defense. Whoa. Oh, Stetcher will provide the most offensive new signings on the defensive end, but John Merrill could also surprise as a player to watch in the back end. It says Stetcher could likely slot onto a power play unit, quarterbacking things from the top of the zone and helping the Red Wings get more done offensively. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, I'm not going to say he's a good or a bad player because I don't follow the Canucks all that much. I haven't followed their players all that much. No, I think he can be a good player. I don't know how. I don't know I just don't know what to expect from him. Like I guess that's my honest answer. I don't know. I don't fully know what I should or shouldn't expect. But I like the way the article was talking. It makes me feel good. I mean, I like feeling good. I mean,
Well, I was talking to one of my buddies that's a Canucks fan, and he said, you guys absolutely stole one of our best defensemen. And he was like, he'll like that article just said, he'll probably be on the first power play line just because his ability to play make and shoot and just set people up. Like, he's a really good defenseman. I don't think we have had a defenseman this good in quite some time.
Not even Cromwell. Hey, Cromwell's pretty good. Like, he wasn't good. He hasn't been good recently, but
Cromwell's a little different from Stetcher. Cromwell was more of an enforcer. Stetcher's going to be more of like a playmaking type of defenseman, you know?
Okay. I ain't complaining about nothing. I'm not gonna shoot down anything positive. Well, for the most part, I will not shoot down anything that is positive said about this hockey team or our players. And I'm not gonna take every ounce of Kool-Aid, but I'll take some Kool-Aid, you know what I'm saying? No,
I do agree with Big Baby. That would be a very good pairing, the Kaiser and Stetcher together.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, let's definitely try that out for sure. Wait, yeah, absolutely. No, but is there anything else you want to add on Troy Stetcher or?
No, I'm good, but I'm happy we got him for such a cheap deal for 2 more years. So that's a good thing.
I mean, yeah, Red Wings did a good job of doing that. Actually, getting not bad players, but like they got good value. I feel like they got good value out of the contracts that they gave out.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you were gonna say something?
Oh, we still got a lot of cap space too. We got $9 million in cap space, so I don't think we're done yet.
Well, we'll definitely see. All right, so we're going to talk about one of our Red Wings draft picks. Give us your thoughts on Red Wings draft pick Theodor Niederbach. I guess I'll go first since I've made you go first every single time. Good play. I feel like this is a common theme. I don't know. I have to go double check, but I feel like a common theme from Yzerman's draft picks is high hockey IQ. I feel like that's just a common theme. Like he likes the hockey. I feel like he doesn't necessarily dislike physically gifted players, but he likes the smarter players over the talented players, I guess. But he's a good playmaker. Not that Niederbach's not a talented player, but he's a pass first player, but he's got a good, not necessarily great shot. During the 2019-2020 season, playing for Frölunda. Oh my gosh, that's a tongue twister. He played 40 games, 15 goals, 33 assists, and 48 points in that league. I want to say that was a Swedish team, is what I want to say. Pistons Talk, is that right? I don't want to sound totally stupid right now, but is that right?
I don't want to say. I can look it up what league he was actually in. I want to say it was the Swedish league. I know he was injured a lot too. He had a whole year that he was injured. So.
Oh yeah, no, it was the year prior. I think was the year that he was like the year prior to 2018, 2019, 2020. He was injured. I guess so. That might be a little bit of a concern is durability, but if he stays healthy, he can be a good player in this league. So yeah. Do you have anything you want to add on Niederbach really fast?
I think he's actually going to be a winger for the Red Wings. I know he did play a little bit of center, but I think either left wing or right wing will be his natural position. I like you said, he's a really good playmaker. He's kind of a playmaker to a fault. Like if a coach tells him to shoot it, he'll probably pass it, which is it's kind of infuriating, but you can't really blame the guy. I mean, he's only like 5'11", 170 pounds, so he's not too undersized, but I think he was actually a steal. A lot of people were saying he could be in like early second, late first round pick. And I know a lot of Maple Leafs fans wanted him. And the fact that the Red Wings got him makes me think, screw Maple Leafs fans. We got someone that they wanted.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think he could be a good player. But I agree. Like the playmaker, like if you got an open shot, you got to shoot it. Like certain shots just need to be shot, and certain passes need to be made when the time is right. Just I don't know. Don't be afraid to shoot the puck, and don't be afraid to pass. Play to your strength. Just play to your strengths, though. Like don't. Yeah, just play to what you're good at. But honestly, for him being undersized, he doesn't really play all that undersized. I don't think. I don't know if you would disagree with that, but
no, I mean he's pretty good. And the league that he did play in the J20 Nationals, 19 games played, 13 goals, 22 assists, so 35 points. So he's pretty damn good.
He's productive. Yeah, I like productive players. So yeah, no, I think he can be good. I don't know what his ceiling is, but like I see him as a key piece for us. Absolutely. But do you have anything else you want to add on Theodor Niederbach?
No, I'm just happy that we snagged him.
All right. I can't wait to see what he does for us whenever that time comes. No, but if he had to play season opener, what line would he be on? Which guy are you talking about? Are you talking about Stetcher or are you talking about Niederbach?
Probably Niederbach.
He probably would be on the fourth line, honestly, is what I would think. But what do you think, Pistons Talk?
I would probably say third or fourth line personally, just because he would be kind of a catalyst out there. He'd kind of be like quarterbacking people, setting them up.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah. He was talking about Niederbach. So yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I mean, Eisman doesn't like to rush people into these things, so he's not so far. He's not been someone to just throw people into the fire. He puts them in when they're ready and not really before. So
yeah, he's probably a few years out, to be honest with you. Maybe 2 to 3 years. You'll probably see him in Grand Rapids, but I wouldn't expect him anytime soon. He's still really young.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Do you want to go on, or is there anything else you want to talk about, or anything on this Niederbach you want to touch on left, or should we go ahead and go on?
No, I think we nailed it.
All right. What's up, Devin99? I've seen you in many, many chats. I don't know if I've seen you in the Offside Show chat before, but yeah, thanks for coming in, Devin.
I don't think so.
Appreciate it. No, I've seen him in many chats. We've seen him in many, many chats.
Yeah, I usually see him on Above the Rim, just giving people hell in the comment section. But good to see him on here.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Now we're going to talk about another player. Give us your thoughts on Red Wings player Bobby Ryan. If you do not know, we picked him up in the offseason. He's in. Actually, you know what? Pistons Talk, can you take this one first for me really fast? Because there's he had off the ice issues that he's tried to clean up and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was dealing with, I want to say, just drugs in general. I don't know what exact drugs he was taking, but he's clean and sober. I think a big thing for him is he had a conversation with Dylan Larkin, and he said that, do you guys want to win? And Larkin's like, yeah, of course we want to win. And that was a big reason why he did come to Detroit. He also spent over an hour on the phone with Steve Yzerman, just talking about what he wanted to do with the Wings. And I think that was a big selling point, is Larkin and Yzerman selling him just on the culture of the Detroit Red Wings.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So Bobby Ryan, so he is a Masterton Trophy winner. For those that don't know, it is award to the for qualities of perseverance and sportsmanship. So he's got that under his belt. He's a multi-time 30-goal scorer. He probably will not produce like that for the Red Wings, but he's a very capable player. I mean, like you said, like with him like talking with Larkin and stuff like that. Like I think he'll hold on one second. No, I think he'll bring some good a good veteran presence to the locker room. I think he's a guy who's produced in this league. He knows the game. He's been around for a good second at this point. Now, I think this is a good. Like I said, I don't think he's going to be what he was, but I think he's still going to be a good player. I like that. I like that he had a tough road to. Honestly, I don't know if anyone people view that as a deterrent that he had these off the ice issues, but I kind of like that he had the off the ice. I like it in this particular situation. Like he's had some highs and he's had some lows, and he'll be able to help help the team go through the highs and the lows. I mean, we'll probably have some lows this season, but we'll probably have more lows than highs. But we'll see what happens. Is there anything else you want to add on to this?
No, like when I was talking to fans, like at first I didn't really like the signing, and I was just like, well, who would you rather have, Bobby Ryan or Applicator? And then they're like, yeah, I'd rather have Bobby Ryan. I wouldn't be surprised if he scored 15 goals this year, though. Would not be surprised.
No, I think that's a very realistic. I think that's a very realistic expectation for him. Honestly, like I said, he's scored 30 goals multiple times in his career, and that granted that was earlier in his career, and we're in the latter portion of his career at this point. But no, I think he can be a key. He might not. Like, I don't think his presence will necessarily show up entirely on the stat sheet, but I think it'll show up in the locker room and places that we aren't going to necessarily see. But is there anything else you want to add?
Nope.
All right. Let's go on to now we're going to start doing this question. When will be the right time for the Red Wings to make a power move? So I feel like everyone has a different definition of what a power move is. Pistons Talk, how you define a power move? Let's start right there. Let's define a power move before we fully answer the question.
A power move to me this year would have been going after like a guy like a Torrey Krug or a Alex Pietrangelo. That to me would be a power move. You're going after a big fish in free agency. That would be a power move for me.
Okay, so I think we're kind of on the same page. Well, I guess I have a more strict definition. Like, I would consider like trading for like let's just say Wayne Gretzky was still in the league, and then we give up our whole draft to get Gretzky. Or okay, no, that's an extreme example. Let's be clear. That's a very extreme example right there. No,
Holland was still here. It wouldn't be out of the question.
Wait, what?
Instead of Ken Holland was here, it wouldn't be out of the question.
Oh, giving up the farm to get Gretzky
or a top tier player. Yeah, I mean he was a really bad GM, but
he was definitely not bad. I disagree there. Well, that's not what the question is. So honestly, you know what? I think that's a fair thing. So I think we're kind of on the same page with what a power move is. But when will be the right time for the Red Wings to make such a move, like going out and getting a Krug or getting a Pietrangelo, or maybe not necessarily those players, but whenever the next big name free agent comes up, when's the right time to make that move?
It's hard because you want to continue to develop the core. But if the core is developing and they're promising and you feel that you're just maybe a piece or two away, then you would probably do it. I couldn't really give you an exact timeline. Like, let's just say the Red Wings are still bad. You probably wouldn't make a power move. But, if they're over 500, maybe they're like, I don't know, maybe 5 games over 500, they may look to go get a top tier guy.
Okay, no, that's kind of how I feel. Like win a playoff series. That's what I think is the right time to make it. After we win a playoff series, because like once you win a playoff series, like dude, like I feel like that's a huge relief. Once you win one playoff series, like this, I don't know if I don't think any of our core has even won a playoff series. I think Larkin made it to the playoffs one time in his rookie season. And we all know we played the Lightning and we lose to the Lightning consistently all the time. So
I think the only one on the roster that's won a playoff series would probably be Thomas Greiss and John Merrill. That's it.
Yeah, so you know what? Maybe not even that. Like, let's win 2 playoff series and then we'll consider making a power. Like 2 playoff series, finish above 500 2 years in a row. Okay, you know what? When I say above 500, not in terms of points percentage, in terms of winning percentage, finish above 500 like 2 seasons in a row, and then start thinking about bringing that like savage player in, like that just pure dog, not no full-grown puppy or anything like that. But that's kind of like let's win 2 playoff series, get a winning record, have a winning record in back-to-back seasons. And honestly, I may change my mind during the season. Like, I don't know about you guys, but my emotions are high during the season. I get mad. I get angry. Well, I mean, this past season, I didn't really even get that angry. I just started enjoying it. Like, okay, this is what's going on. I see what's going on. Let's just see us do better. But where was I going? I don't even know where I was going with this. But I guess my overall point is, yeah, just win some games. Let's get a consistent winning team together before we make any type of a crazy power move to put us over the top. Because right now we are in no position to be put over the top. Like, we're not even close. And I'd be shocked as hell if the Red Wings did anything all that exciting in the upcoming season. So I guess that's what I would say. And like I said, when the season goes on, my emotions get a lot higher, so my opinion might change during the season. But we'll see what happens. Is there anything else you want to add on this Pistons talk?
Well, there's certain situations where players become available. Like, let's just say Taylor Hall, for example, signed a 1-year deal with Buffalo. Maybe it's not working out with Buffalo. Maybe you take a gamble on a guy like that. There's always situations where players become available when, the trade deadline does end. And maybe you get a steal in a trade, and maybe that could be a type of power move that Yzerman or the Red Wings, try to take advantage of.
Okay, no, I could see that. I could definitely see that too. For sure. Is there anything else you want to add, or?
No, I think we just got to trust the process, man.
Yeah. That's what they said in Philly, right? Trust the process.
Yeah, but they actually got top picks. We get screwed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, no, I lied. No, we're not trusting no Philly process.
No.
Philly's disappointing if we got to be honest. This is a Red Wings talk show, so I shouldn't even be talking about that. We trust the Red Wings process. That's pretty much what I'll say. Trust the Red Wings process. Trust the Yzer plan. He said he doesn't want us to call it the Yzer plan, but damn it, that's what it is now. The Yzer plan. We're trusting it. All right, so now, Pistons talk. If you got some Kool-Aid on you, start sipping it and sip a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like, get wasted. Have to get hospitalized off of Kool-Aid because you're so drunk off of it. Get Kool-Aid instead of alcohol poisoning. Get some Kool-Aid poisoning. How do the Red Wings make the playoffs this year?
So, Anthony Mantha could not get in a fight or get injured. I think that's one thing. Dylan Larkin has to have a season like he had in 2018-19. And your whole decor has to stay healthy the whole year. I think that's the only way they make the playoffs. And that's a lot of what ifs and, in a certain scenario with the playoffs. But I don't know, man. I said I think they can win maybe 30 games this year if everyone is healthy. But I don't know, man. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they were, maybe a wild card team.
Yeah, that's your plan. So Mantha don't get in fight, Decor stay healthy.
Yeah,
Larkin ball the F out.
Basically, yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Well, hey, I will say this: we got rid of, we got rid of a decent amount. Would you agree or disagree that we got rid of a pretty decent amount of I'm sorry, players. I hope you're not listening. If you are, it is what it is. we got rid of a decent amount of trash. Would you agree or disagree with that?
I wouldn't call them so much trash. I would say that they were grossly overpaid by Ken Holland. Like giving Applicator that much money just to be like a third line grinder was a big mistake. Same with Erickson. Howard just got old. I mean, I love Jimmy Howard, man. Like it was really sad to see him just, fall off a cliff. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I feel bad that he never really had like the chance to win a cup with the Wings or anything like that. But it is what it is. I guess at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, you're right. Trash maybe isn't the right word, but like we have turned over how about this? We turned over a pretty decent amount of players. Would you agree or disagree with? How about that statement? Like
I gotta agree with Big Baby Zubas again. I mean, like we got rid of Ken Holland's bad judgment. Like some of those contracts, I mean, you could look back and do some research. I mean, those guys were making the type of money that top tier players make. And they weren't top tier players. They were like maybe third, fourth liners at best on a championship level team.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. So no, we got rid of some bad contracts and we've had some solid turn. We've had some. Wait, so you agree? So I interpret that as you agree. We've turned over a pretty decent chunk of the roster at this point
in a short amount of time. Yeah, I mean, it's just refreshing to have a general manager to turn it around so quickly. I didn't think he could, get off of those contracts, but he's just like saying, "Screw it, I'm just gonna waive them." Like honestly,
yeah. No, it's even shocking. Even with all those bad contracts, we were still in a good cap situation, all things considered, even with everything that happened. No, but as far as how the Red Wings, so that's I brought that up because that's my first point as to how the Red Wings made the playoffs. We turned over a pretty decent chunk of the roster. Like, is it enough to make the playoffs? I don't know. No, but we brought in Stetcher, we brought in Grice, who I don't know how Grice is going to do. Like the team that, honestly, like the team that the Bernier will be playing in front of this year will be much better. Maybe not much. It'll definitely be better than the garbage that he was dealing with a season ago. Instead of him, like whenever we were on 5-on-5, and honestly looked like we were 4-on-5 because that was just how the season was going. I don't know what was going on, but that's just kind of how it looked. I think we'll see it. It'll look more like it's an actual 5-on-5 hockey game this year instead of looking like we're shorthanded all game long. But so that's the first step to make the plot. Like these new signings need to come in and have an impact. That's the first part. It doesn't necessarily have to be the hugest impact. No, I said this before. Like not every player on a Stanley Cup winning team is a superstar. Like, would you consider Chris Draper a superstar?
No, he played his role in the line he was on. They really fit together. Like that was just a grinded out line. And I think that's
No, I'm sorry, I was interrupting. No, I was just saying that's exactly my point. So like these players that we brought in, even if they're not necessarily superstars, they serve a purpose. They will play a role on the team, and they'll know what they're doing. Like they'll do their job. That's pretty much I guess that's my overall point. I'm sorry. What were you gonna say before I interrupted you, Pistons talk?
Oh, I was gonna say that obviously the first line, we know that's a good line. I think that I read a stat where I was 75% of our goals last year, the Larkin, Mantham, Bertuzzi line. But I mean, you went after Bobby Ryan, you re-signed Sam Gagne, you still have Valtteri Filppula, you got Nemestikov, so you could probably have two solid lines, and that's going to be refreshing to the Red Wings fans because you're not going to be like when that first line goes off, you're going to be like, oh well, there goes the lead. I think we're going to have a lot of close games this year, and it's going to be something that we haven't had probably since the 2008 season where we were actually winning games.
Yeah, no, I think we'll have close. I think the score margins won't be as bad. Like that's definitely for sure. And let's like, in all honesty, even in the 2018-19 season, the Red Wings actually had a surprising amount of 1-goal games that year.
Yeah.
The record wasn't good, but we had a surprising amount of 1-goal games. So we're still 2 goals away, obviously. But do you think let's be like, I don't expect them to, like, I'd be shocked if the Red Wings make the playoffs this year. Well, in all honesty, maybe I won't be shocked because I don't know if they're going to have another expanded playoffs because they're probably going to have another condensed season. But I don't think they're going to. What do you think they're going to? We don't think they're going to expand the playoffs, right? I don't think they will.
I don't know if they're going to do that play-in tournament crap again, but I mean, anything's possible. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if they had over 30 wins. They have a good mix of veterans and a good mix of young talent. So I think that's a key to success of winning hockey games.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess that I never even answered the question, honestly. So
You never said, well, how about we can say this? How many wins do you think the Detroit Red Wings will have this year?
Oh, that's tough. That's really tough, honestly. I hope it's over 30. That's pretty much my only hope, is that's over 30. And I don't think it's entirely unrealistic because we brought in players. We brought in a good goalie in Grice. I don't know if you feel the way about Bernier that I feel about Bernier, but I think Bernier is a solid goalie. I really do. Like,
I love Bernier.
Yeah, I thought he did as good as he could with the circumstances that he was given. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but that's my thoughts on Bernier. I don't think Bernier is trash. I think
No. I think he's a perfect goalie for when you're rebuilding a team. And he was responsible for a lot of the games being so damn close, even in the losses. I mean, he did his best to try to keep it close, and he had a career year. Didn't help that Jimmy Howard was a shell of himself, but I think you're going to have, like, I think when I said that last week was I wouldn't be surprised if Grice and Bernier kind of split the time, because I don't really seeing one goalie edge out over the other. I think they're pretty damn even. And I think Grice's numbers, when you look at them, they're kind of inflated because he had a really good decor around him in New York. So take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, the team that Bernier was playing for was not even close to being as good as the team that Grice was playing for. Now, I'm not saying Grice didn't do his job, but, like, it's a lot easier to do your job when the guys in front of you are also doing their job. And Bernier didn't really get a lot of players that were doing their job all that well. But yeah, as far as how I that's a tough call. How many wins do I see them getting? That's really, really tough, honestly. I don't know. I'm just going to say I hope they get over 30 wins. That's pretty much my hope.
No, I mean, you could look at the 2018 Red Wings. They had, I want to say, 32 wins for the season out of an 82-game season. And
that's not bad. You know what's funny about? Can I actually add one thing? I'm sorry. I know I'm going to interrupt you again, but even know how with that 32-win season, they had stretches. They had like 3 different stretches of going 1-10.
mm-hmm.
Like, terrible stretches, and they still somehow managed. I mean, 30 wins is obviously not great, but when you factor in all the terrible losing streaks they had, all the terrible, like, winning 1 out of 10 games or winning 1 out of 9 games and stuff like that, when you factor that in, that's not bad.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were another 30-win team. And what's funny about that season is I remember, I think it was I don't remember what. There's so many damn Hugheses in the NHL. I want to say it was Jack Hughes or Quinn Hughes. I don't remember who it was. Whoever the Devils selected. But a lot of Red Wings fans wanted us to tank during that season. And they go on like an 8-game winning streak and just completely shatter our odds. And then we end up getting Mo Seider 6th overall. But, I mean, it's possible to win around, I don't know, 25 to 32 games with the roster that we have right now.
No, I agree. Like, Blashill, like, I think I don't think any of us are the biggest believers in Blashill, but He's won 30 games before. He can do it again, I guess is all I can say.
Well, I have a love-hate relationship with them. I mean, like, I love the development he's done with players, but I kind of hate that the Red Wings have been irrelevant for longer than, I've been used to. I mean, they've always been one staple that's been a playoff team, Like, we have the Lions, we have rebuilding Tigers, Pistons, like, don't even get me started on that. Red Wings were always a team that we could get excited about.
Yeah, well, we'll get back to being excited about them eventually. All right, whoever's in the chat, if you have any questions, drop some questions if you have any questions. We'll give some time for people to drop some questions, but if we don't see any, then we'll probably go ahead and close the show out kind of soon. No, but I mean, hey, we'll get there eventually. We will get there eventually. Well, I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I think it's gonna happen. No, but Big Zubas says, Big Baby says, I'm gonna miss Addy. I assume you're talking about Applicator. I get the situation, but he got to live his dream wearing a Red Wings jersey. Hey, no, I ain't complaining about that. I can agree with that.
Did you get a chance to read that article?
Wait, which article?
The Players Tribune with Justin Applicator.
Oh, I did not. What happened with it?
Oh no, you should definitely, like, when you get a minute, you should read it. It just talks about, like, his time with the Red Wings, and that was, like, his dream to get drafted by the Red Wings and play for the organization.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. But no, I like to see people's dreams get fulfilled. I mean, it doesn't always end the way you want it to, but it's a business, and it's a weird sport. It's a weird business. Stupid things happen. You get injured. All of a sudden, you just fall off of a cliff for whatever reason. You go through the ups and downs, and yeah, no, but I'm not seeing any questions in the chat. So, Pistons Talk, is there anything else you want to talk about for today, like that we didn't add, or what do you think?
I think we're good. I think we pretty much touched base on Bobby Ryan. We're not too drunk on the Kool-Aid. We're being realistic.
Yeah.
Prospects are doing well. Love to see that. No, I think we touched base on pretty much everything.
All right, cool. All right, so do you want to go ahead and give your final thoughts really fast then?
For sure. I want to thank everybody in the chat today. Baby, is that Zubas?
That's what I call him. He has
okay, Baby Zubas, Devin99, like everyone that stopped by, Detroit Drew. You guys want to go watch basketball, watch people argue of why we should trade for Russell Westbrook and why we shouldn't? Go over above the rim tonight. Should be a good, entertaining show. But yeah, man, good show as always.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for coming out. I never have any really good final thoughts, but well, I'm excited to see the Red Wings play again. Honestly, it's weird. The fact that we're rebuilding makes me it makes it intriguing. It adds a little bit of intriguingness to it. I don't know why. It just does for me. I'd rather watch us win Stanley Cups and watch us win playoff series and watch us rebuild, but you got to enjoy the process. You got to enjoy the ups and downs of a season and a team and a franchise. Every franchise has ups and downs, and right now we're in a little bit of our down, but hopefully we'll get back to the ups soon. But yeah, thanks everyone again for tuning in. And with that said, we are out.